We at a bookstore right now. Y'all not finna believe this. 500 nations. Let's open it up. The Spaniards made bets as to who would slit a man into two, or cut off his head at one blow, or they opened up his bowels. They tore the babies from their mother's breasts by their feet and dashed their heads against the rocks. They spitted the bodies of other babes together with their mothers and all who were before them on their swords. They hanged Indians, and by 13s in honor and reverence for our Redeemer and the 12 apostles. They put wood underneath, and with fire they burned the Indians alive. I saw all the above things. All these did my own eyes witness. Bro, y'all gotta go read, man. This is crazy. This is America, though. So then how can one be so comfortable in using an image that we all know is not accurate, that was once used to justify murderous, villainous acts of killing on innocent lives? Oh, well, his color doesn't matter. It mattered to them.
I'm Yasharala. It's your brother, Darash Shamath. I'm an affiliate of the GMS Boise, Idaho camp. And before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone for bringing out this truth. And shalom to the hopeful elect, which includes 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there scattered around the world, including those speckled bird Israelites who may look like the other nations but are not. This one goes out to the 12 tribes scattered abroad because the scriptures were only written unto the nation of Israel. I'm going to title this one, Recompense. Okay, so you just seen the video, okay? And this video, brought back to my remembrance, Psalms, the 137th chapter, okay? And so in the video, this man read a paragraph, from this book that talked about how these Edomites, what they did to Israelite babies, that they were dashing their heads against stones. And the scripture talks about, the Israelites dashing the Edomites' heads against the stones, speaking about a future event to come in the kingdom. And, history is supporting why, this recompense has to come upon these Edomites. A lot of people don't like to hear, how the Israelites break down the scripture, especially coming from, the men of the Great Millstone, okay? That doctrine, because, we just coming raw, we're not holding back, okay? It's not about feelings. We're just telling you, this is what's going to happen. It don't matter if you like it. It don't matter if your gut get all twisted up when you hear it. This is what has to happen, okay? It's in the scriptures. There's no avoiding it, okay? You ain't fighting against us. You're fighting against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because he said it's going to happen. We don't have any control over it, okay? So this recompense must come upon them for what they did. They touched the apple of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's eye. So this is the definition of recompense. And it says compensation, payment for a debt or obligation, okay? Satisfaction, amends, retribution, punishment, okay? So this, Jake, you know how you always talking about, oh, we need, what do you call that thing? I don't know why I'm blinking on this word. Basically, people always asking for payment from what we went through in slavery. Well, this is gonna be that payment, all right? Because that get back that's gonna be given to us by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Let me keep reading. Maybe it'll come to mind. Related, compenser, make good, recompense from the late recompensor. The notion is an equivalent or recompense for anything given, especially reparation. That's what it is. This is our reparation, Jake. That get back that we're going to get on Esau, Edom, and these nations. Your reparations are written into the scriptures, Jake. You're not but to get it from these nations. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to give it to you. You're going to take it out on these nations. Okay? Especially reparation or restitution to another for some wrong done to him. So this is that recompense. Okay? That's coming. That's what I need y'all to understand. So don't be looking for it from Esau, Edom, and from these nations. You go get it from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? So, let's jump right into this lesson. Let's go start off with Maccabees. Let's go to Maccabees, the first chapter, and found the verse 61. Let's go to verse 60. At which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women that had circumcised their children to be circumcised, and they hanged the infants about their necks, and rifled their houses, and slew them that had circumcised them. So this is what they did to our women and our children. Okay, these Edomites. Okay, aka these modern day Caucasians, these modern day, they call themselves white people, but they're really Edomites. Their skin is red. Okay, you see their blood through their skin. All right, so it's not all about skin color. Okay, it's about the seed line. They got Edomites that are darker than me. Okay, but predominantly, that's who they are. All right, and so they've done this, so they have to repay. They have to receive a recompense for that. We have to get a reparation from that. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to give that to us, and that's written in the scripture. Okay? Now let's go to 2 Maccabees chapter 6. In verse 9 it says, and whoso would not conform themselves to the manners of the Gentiles, so the Israelites who resisted, being conformed like to these heathens, to their style, should be put to death. Then might a man had seen the present misery. Okay, that was a miserable time to live in. Okay, and we got a worse time coming called Jacob's trouble. All right, for there were 2 women brought who had circumcised their children, whom when they had openly led about the city, the babes hanging at their breasts, they cast them down headlong from the wall. Okay. So imagine that. Getting cast down headlong with your baby. Both of y'all dashing your head against a stone. All right? So they did these evils to us. So that recompense has to come upon them. They have to, feel this judgment too. They have to drink the dregs of the cup. All right? It talks about that in, Lamentations? Let me see. Lamentations. Is it 2? Maybe it's 4. It's probably 4. Hold on. Let me see. I just saw something. Hold on. It says, render unto them a recompense, O Lord, according to the work of their hands. Isn't that what we're talking about? This recompense, this much needed recompense has to come upon Esau, Edom, and these nations for what they've done to us. Okay? And Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he is going to render that recompense. Okay? And we are going to get those reparations from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right? So here we go. This is what I was looking for. Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So it's time for Edom to get that cup. It's time for the curses to pass on to them. All right? It's time for them to get done dirty. Okay, they've been escaping. But it ain't going to last too much longer. Their time is coming to an end. Now, the scripture, that I was reminded of is this one. Psalms 137. Okay, we'll start at verse 7. And it says, remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Okay, so they wanted Jerusalem to be torn down. That's what it's talking about with raise it. All right? Because they were helping the Babylonians. Okay? They wasn't trying to let their brother, Jacob escape. O daughter of Babylon. That's who Esau Edom is, the daughter of Babylon. Okay? Keying you on to the fact that this is Babylon the Great, which is run by them, modern day America, who ought to be destroyed, because that's their destiny, to get destroyed. Okay? Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. So that recompense, okay, that's what's going to happen to them. They're going to get a recompense unto them for what they've done to us, to the Israelites, the apple of Yahweh Shem Yahshai's eye. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone. So just like they did to us, you know how they fed our babies to alligators? You know how they threw our babies off of those walls? You know how they dashed their heads against the stones? Like that brother read from that book? That has to happen to them. Okay? Because that is the judgment that is written. There's no escaping it. Okay? Many great evils got to come upon these Edomites before they get done away with. Let's go to Psalms 149. And it says, let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing loud upon their beds. Aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of power be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen. So not just Esau, Edom, all the heathen. Because y'all all done touched us. And punishment is upon the people to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute the judgment written. Okay? These are things that are written in the scriptures that you can't circumvent. You can't go around no matter how bent out of shape you get when you hear it or when you read it. It's going to come to pass. The words of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, they will not return back to him void. Okay? So there ain't no point for you jakes to buck up against it. This is the judgment of these nations, and they going to get it. Whether you like it or not, you can't save them. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. And you could get punished with them. It says to execute upon them the judgment written. This is the honor of all his saints. All the Israelites go get that. Okay, they go get that get back on them. Okay, whether you like it or not. Okay, because Yahweh Bashim Yahshai go put his spirit in you. Okay, I mean, you actually go like it because you go be in your right mind. And then at that time, you ain't gonna have this Stockholm syndrome that you got with your enemies right now. Okay, praise ye Yahweh. Now let's go to Obadiah and close this one out. This is Obadiah chapter 1. Let's say verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end, that every one of the mount of Esau shall be cut off by slaughter. They getting put down by the sword. If you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Esau's blessing was the sword, and he lived by his sword. By thy sword thou shalt live. So he has to die by the sword. Okay, that's what's written in the scriptures. There's no other way around it. And it says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob. Oh, this is the reason. Okay. Shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Forever? Forever, ever? Forever. All right. And it says, in the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers, which is talking about those Babylonians, carried away captive his forces, talking about when they were, capturing our people, the Israelites, okay, and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was one of them. So they were there with him, okay? But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress, okay? The dog shouldn't have lifted his tongue, all right, against the Israelites, but he did. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. So they wasn't letting you get away. All right, they were turning you in. Jake, these are not your friends. These are your enemies. These Edomites. It's time to wake up. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. They don't understand. When Yahweh Shai cracked that sky, it's over for them. It's straight misery after that for you heathens. Y'all ain't lifting y'all heads up for a long time to enjoy nothing. It's going to be just straight misery. Do y'all know what y'all done to us? Do y'all not understand that we going to meditate terrorists? It's coming. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. It's written right here. They got to get done dirty. Thy reward shall be upon thine own head. This is a recompense for what they have done. This is a payment for the evil that they have done to us. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, which are the Israelites, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Go drink of that cup. Yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. It's going to be like they was never in rulership. Okay? They're going to be nothing. Because we going to be gods. Okay? we going to be running this thing. And they ain't going to never rise up against us. Ever. Again. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance. Why I say upon Mount Zion? Because the Israelites are the ones who shall be delivered, who shall be saved. Not you heathens. Y'all getting done dirty. We just read it. Y'all can't be saved. There's no salvation. There was no promise. Nobody came to save y'all. Okay? What y'all need to be saved from? Y'all gonna wish y'all could be saved from us, but it ain't gonna happen. You're getting done dirty because that's the judgment that was written. But y'all can't understand that. Looking for a way out. There's no way out for y'all. This is what y'all was made for, to be our servants. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And guess what? According to Psalms chapter 2 and verse 8, Yahushua is getting the whole earth and everybody in it. And guess what? We're going to be joint heirs with Yahushua. So y'all going to be ours. This is Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For Yahweh had spoken it. So Esau gets done away with at the end of that 1,000 years. And that's going to be a wrap. You're going to be refried beans, barbecue, straight ash. You heard me? So I hope this short lesson was edifying. Shalom.